मैम
Okay,
प्रोडक्ट में
students,
वो
do tell me your name before.
हम
Yeah, who
गौतम
is it?
सिंह है।
Hmm?
गौतम
Gautam.
गौतम
Yeah,
सिंह मैम।
Gautam. Yeah, Gautam. Tell me.
मैम प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट मीन्स कि कोई भी हम जैसे कोई प्रोडक्ट है पुराना प्रोडक्ट है उसको हम कैसे उसको नए फीचर्स देख के उसको कैसे डेवलप कर सकते हैं।
उसको
लाइक
क्या
मैम
कर सकते हैं?
डेवलप कैसे कैसे उसमें नई फीचर लेकर उसको कैसे महंगे में बेच सकते हैं। लाइक मैम आईफोन्स
Okay.
उसमें नए नए फीचर लेकर वो महंगे में बेचते कंपनी वाले। वो प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट ही हुई है उसमें। जैसे
Okay.
उसमें हम तो पुराने में कैमरे कम थे, नए में उन्होंने मिक्सर ज्यादा दे दिए, पिक्सल वगैरह ज्यादा दे दी, बैटरी बैकअप
Okay.
ज्यादा दे दिया। लाइक दैट
Okay.
मैम।
Okay.
दैट इज।
Okay. In relation to this, I have another query that means is every phone launched by Apple every year, is it altogether a new product?
एवरी ईयर मैम ये लॉन्च न्यू प्रोडक्ट
It's not a new
आईफोन
product. Is it a new
अपडेट।
product or not?
मैम न्यू प्रोडक्ट नॉट न्यू प्रोडक्ट, इट्स अपडेट ऑफ ओल्ड प्रोडक्ट है कि मतलब डेवलप करता है मैम उससे अपने पुराने फोन को। बेसिकली मैम
You need to say that there are some improvements in the existing one. So
यस मैम।
altogether, it's not new one, but it's something that it's the improved version of the older one. So means whatever flaws they felt there were in the last version of the iPhone, they just try to improve it. And if they find some new technology has come up, they try to embed that technology into their newer versions of phone. So that's what I wanted to ask. Thank you, Gautam, for participating. So, product development is a specialized activity which may result in creation of new products or improvement of existing products. So, when we talk about product development, we do not associate product development with creating a new product altogether, but we do include the minor modifications in the existing products because when we talk about introducing a new product cannot be introduced overnight. So let's say even after a gap of 1 year. So in relation to the example given by Gautam, even after 1 year, Apple they just make some modifications into their existing phone and they launch it after 1 year. So means it take them 1 year to make minor modifications. So, how much time they will need to introduce a new product altogether? So, means they need a lot of time to do the research. Means how they can, which particular new product they can introduce into the market. So it is a highly specialized activity that requires a lot of efforts on the part of the company. Um, Development is necessary to fulfill old and new wants as well and to adjust with the changes in the consumer's demand or with an objective to achieve greater production efficiency and more profit. So why this development is being done? So it is important, it is necessary, it is required to fulfill the old needs of the people, old need of consumers, or in some scenario, if some new want, some new need has come up, they need to cover that need of the consumers in order to maintain their sales or in order to increase their sales or in order to increase their revenues. So means whenever there is a shift in the demand of consumers, shift means that they are moving from the older needs to some newer needs. So in that scenario, the company has to adapt their existing product according to the new needs of the consumers. And that's why they come up with the new product development. So now we'll discuss two definitions of product development. The first definition is given by Limson and Darling. So he says that product development involves the adding, dropping, and modification of item specifications in the product line for a given period of time, usually 1 year. सो प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट का मीनिंग होता है कुछ नया ऐड करना, कुछ पुराना फीचर ड्रॉप कर देना, मींस एनी अनवांटेड फीचर विल बी रिमूव्ड. So, or making some modifications into the existing features in the product line or this is done usually for 1 year. So because most of the companies, usually 1 year is mentioned because most of the companies, they come up with the improved versions of their new product after a gap of 1 year. The another definition is given by William J. Stanton, and according to him, product development encompasses the technical activities of product research, engineering, and design. So he related it to the processes that are being taken up to introduce the new products. So means the companies engage themselves in research and development activities to find out which new product they can launch, how they can improve upon their existing product, and uh, they need to involve the engineering concepts, and they need to design the product in the newer way. So means when we talk about the product development, design is also changed. First of all, a design or basic design of the product is being made, and then it is being put into the production process. So in the second definition, so basically means this is focusing on the activities that are required on the part of the company who is going to introduce the new product. Next is the categories of product development. So in the first slide also we discussed, either it could be an introduction of new product altogether. So if we talk about if we talk about the telecommunication itself, initially pages were launched. ठीक है, पेजर्स में जो है वो टेक्स्ट मैसेजेस जो है वो आते थे. देन मींस phones were introduced, and those phones were not smartphones. So then came the era of Android or smartphones. So this is how a new product is being launched into the market. So the product was altogether new, catering to altogether different market. It is called the new product. And then second could be the improvement of existing product. So this is the example. So this is the television of different televisions being introduced by the Sony from time to time. Initially, this was the TV being launched by them, and now the newer means TVs, improved versions is this OLED, जिसको हम कहते हैं. This is the newer versions. So this is the improvement of the existing product. So means year by year they have improved it to present this particular improved version. Is it clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So in case you have any queries, you can stop me there only, okay? So next we'll be talking about the sequential activities that are being followed to develop the new process, new products. So this is the product development process. Developing new products and processes is a risky affair. So means whenever we introduce a new product, it doesn't mean that it will be successful. Can you give me some examples of the products that have failed miserably when they were introduced?
Some mobile phones that damaged due to battery drainage.
No. Just tell me some products that were introduced by some company, but that failed to attract the attention of consumers.
Motorcycles, washing machine, refrigerator.
Washing machine is still quite popular. It didn't fail.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ओवन,
Oven
माइक्रोवेव मैम वो अब बंद हो गया ना.
बंद हो गया है?
यस मैम, वो उनके ऊपर केस हुआ है. दैट्स व्हाई.
No. Do you remember at one point of time Pepsi launched a new Pepsi, Blue Pepsi? Are you aware of?
मैम जैसे हम कोको कोला के शेयर्स गिर गए हैं, वो भी हो सकता है.
No. I'm not talking about that. We are not talking about the stock market here. We are
No,
talking
ma'am.
about some product that was reintroduced by the company in the new market, but the people didn't like it, so they didn't buy it.
मैम मैगी एक बारी नेस्ले का मैगी वो बंद हो गई थी ना, फिर उसको दोबारा
हाँ, that मतलब वो बंद इसलिए हुआ था because a ban was put by the food safety authorities. So
Yes.
it's still in the market. It didn't fail. People liked it, so that's why it has bounced back. Once that means ban was over, again people are means eating it like anything. They still like it very much. So here the question is the product that wasn't liked by the people. So I'll give you an example. Tata Nano. It was launched, and means it wasn't liked much by the people. So it didn't become very popular. So it failed. Means जिस तरह से उन्होंने सोचा था. Similarly, at one point CDMA phones were launched by Reliance. Okay, initially Reliance Telecommunication came and they launched CDMA because there are two technologies that are being used for telecommunication sector, GSM and CDMA. So CDMA is a technology that was followed abroad. It was very popular over there, but here it did not get much attention. So another example I was giving you once means because Pepsi is known for its black color. People like it in black color. So once they introduced a Pepsi in blue color, blue Pepsi it was known, but it failed miserably in the market. So once it was, the company had to take the product back because people didn't like the blue Pepsi. So these are some of the examples. That's why I was saying that developing new products and processes is a risky affair. It doesn't mean that whenever we'll introduce a new product, it will become huge success. So means it may fail also. So that's why it is a risky affair. So developing a new product is a major undertaking that has identifiable stages mentioned below. So in total there are 7 steps in this new product development process. It starts with need identification, then the feasibility study, advanced design, detailed engineering design. So all these 4 steps are basically part of the product design. So once the detailed design is being made, then production process design and development starts. So after developing the product, evaluation of the product is done, and in case improvement is required, it is made accordingly. So last step is the product use and support. So we'll be discussing these steps one by one in detail in the coming slides. So let's start with the need identification. So need identification is something means need identification deals with generating an idea for new product. So means finding out a particular idea that can be embedded into the product to improve it or to introduce an altogether new product. So this need identification or idea generation can come from various sources. So let's first of all do this. Once a product idea surfaces, it must be demonstrated that the product fulfills some consumer needs that existing products do not already fulfill. So whenever a new idea comes to the in the hands of product designer, at the initial stage, they need to find out whether the means this product idea will fulfill some new need of the consumer needs or not. So if it will not be able to fulfill any consumer need, then this idea will not be feasible, and this idea will be screened out at the first stage itself. So from this stage, only those ideas will be will move to the next stage, which they find are satisfying some consumer needs, which the existing products are not able to fulfill. So this means I was telling you that the need identification, the sources for idea could be many. It could be internal sources or it could be external sources. when the company find out some new idea out of the research and development, if the R&D team of the company suggests it's an internal sources, the company's employees can tell them that because the employees are someone who are interactive with the customers, they are well aware of the complaints being made by the customer with the existing products. From those complaints, they can give the idea related to improvement to be made in the existing products. Or someone, means there could be external sources. Sometimes government agencies, they can give you an idea. For example, nowadays, means sometimes product is not changed, only packaging is changed. So means change of packaging also count for the product development. So what happens nowadays, there are stringent laws made regarding to the ban of plastic. So most of the product you see, they are being packaged in the plastic material, but due to the, because nowadays the governments, they are becoming extremely concerned related to the harmful effects of plastic on the environment. So they are taking some strict steps to avoid the use of plastic. So they are also asking companies to find out the ways not to use plastic for their packing. So the packaging industry, they had starting finding out the alternative ways to packaging. So means those materials that could be sustainable for the environment as well. So means some companies had come up with the idea of using jute as the new variant for the packaging. So sometimes the government agencies can, they can give you an idea for new product. So apart from government agencies or the government laws, your customers can give you an idea for newer product. Sometimes we can get an idea from the product introduced by the competitors. So when the competitors make changes into the their existing product, we can make similar changes into our product. So our shareholders. So all these are the external sources, but the own research and development team and the employees are the someone who forms the internal sources for idea generation. Once the company get a pool of different ideas, they then find out that whether that idea fulfills some need of the customer or not. If they feel that yes, they fulfill the need, some particular need of the customers, then they'll take those ideas to the next stage. After need identification, the next stage that comes is the feasibility study. Feasibility studies includes preliminary market analysis, creating alternative concept for product, clarifying operational requirements, establishing design criteria, establishing logistic requirements for producing, distributing, and maintaining the product in the market. So, feasibility study is to check whether it is feasible to produce this particular product, the idea that was being generated. After need of identification, they just find out whether it is actually feasible to convert this idea into the product or not. For this, they do preliminary market analysis. We always means preliminary market analysis means to find out how much sales will be generated initially if this product will be launched into the market. How much time will be able to reach the break-even analysis, break-even point, then creating alternative concepts for the product. Creating alternative concepts for product means, let's say, we want to introduce a health drink into the market. So health drink that has some health benefits. So the alternative concept could be that we can introduce this health drink as a drink for the children that they will drink in the evening after their play time, because means once they go for play, they come home energy drained. At that time, to boost up their energy level, they need some drink. So at that time they can use our health drink. or it could be introduced into the market as a health drink for the elder people, because elder people means their nutritional requirements cannot be met only from the food they eat, because with age they don't take balanced diet, they are not able, because due to the indigestion, because they keep on sitting, they cannot move much, so they cannot take the large quantity of food. So means to meet their special nutritional requirements, we can introduce a health drink into the market, which they can drink either in the morning or in the evening before bed. So means this is creating the alternative conceptual product. So we'll think of what are the various concepts related to the idea we have come up with. Clarifying operational requirements means what will be the requirements to operate the production process related to the product. Then establishing the basic design criteria. So we could make a 3D design on a 3D drawing of a particular product, how it will look like. Then establishing logistics. So logistics deals with the transportation part. So establishing logistic requirements for producing the product, distributing it, and maintaining the product in the market. So an important result from this stage of development is the conceptual design of the product. So after completion of this feasibility study, we'll come up with the conceptual design of the product. Conceptual design, I told you that it could be a three-dimensional drawing or sketching of a product. Is it clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next is the advanced design. In this phase, basic and applied researchers investigate technical feasibility and identify in greater detail the trade-offs in product design. So in the advanced design stage, the researchers are being engaged. Basic researchers or the applied researchers can be involved. They can investigate whether it is feasible to produce this particular product technically. Will it be technically feasible to produce this particular, to convert this concept? Because from the last stage, what we have got is the concept. Whether we'll be able to introduce this concept, to convert the concept into actual product, is it possible technically or not? Promising design alternatives are evaluated according to the critical parameters. So means this basically involves analytical testing, experimentation, physical modeling, or prototype testing. So here we could make a computerized model of a particular product. For let's say we want to design a car. In the last stage, we had come up with the basic sketch of how our car will look like. Now, with the help of CAD and CAM, we'll design the model of that car, means what different part we'll make use of, and we'll investigate what will be the technical features of that particular product. So this is the advanced design stage. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
What about others? Yes, students, have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
What about others? Yes, students. Next step is detailed engineering design. So this stage is a series of engineering activities to develop a detailed definition of the product regarding material, size, shape, and subsystems. So this is the stage where we'll think of the design in the detailed manner. So here we'll decide upon which particular material we'll use for producing the product, what will be the size of the product. So means the total dimension of the product size, the shape of the product, and all the other things, all the features that are to be put into that particular product. So we'll also decide on the quantity and the labor required for each product. It involves design for function. Okay? So it involves thinking of design in different terms. Design for functionality means that it will function as it will function as promised. So design for function means that it will offer some utility to the consumers. It will be able to perform the features that are desired by the consumers. So design for reliability means that it will this particular design will have a reliable life. Okay, we did this reliability during the last lecture. So design for maintainability is to ensure that the design we had come up with, it is easy to maintain. Design for safety means thinking of the design in a way that whether it will be safe for consumers to use this particular design or not. And then design for productivity means to understand whether we'll be able to produce this design or not. Means whether we'll be able to produce this or not. So this design for productivity deals with the production aspect of the design. So at this particular stage, we'll come up with the design in a detailed manner by considering all the aspects related to design. Next is the production process design and development. So in the initial 4 steps, we had come up with the design of the product. Now design of the product is over. We had finalized the design, and now we'll come up with the production process itself. So here we'll be thinking of means the requirements for producing that product. So working with the detailed product design, engineers and manufacturing specialists prepare plans for materials, acquisition, production, warehousing, transportation, and distribution. So as I told you that after coming up with the detailed engineering design, detailed product design, now means this design will be put up into production. Who's speaking? So we'll prepare at this particular point, at this particular stage, the people related to production, they'll decide upon how much material is required for producing this particular product. They'll acquire the required materials, they'll start producing, and they'll stock these products in the warehouses, and as per the order received, they'll transport it to the retailers or wholesalers or the distributors. This phase involves planning for production and control system, computer information system, and HR system. So because we will be starting with production here, so all the things that are required for producing the product, those will be taken care of. As human beings are involved, so we need to take care of human resource system. We need to take care of our computer information system so that the accurate information is available to each and everyone engaged in the production process. And we need to plan our production, and then we need to control the plan we had made for production. Is it clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Next is production evaluation and improvement. So in the 5th step, what we did is that we had produced the product, and we had sent it into the market. So we started distributing that product to the consumers as per their orders received. Now we'll do evaluation of the product, and we think in the terms whether we'll be able to improve it further or not. So most products are continually re-evaluated for improvement possibilities throughout their lives. So means it's not that once a product is that is being launched into the market, it will remain in the same form always. So its form, its shape, its packaging, its color can be changed from time to time as and when desired. So for this purpose, company keep on engaging themselves in research and development to look out for the innovative ways to make their product more attractive. So this particular step deals with thinking out the possibilities for further improvement in the existing products. So field performance is checked, technical breakthroughs in materials. So like I told you that now due to the stringent laws on use of plastic, the packaging industry is thinking of the other materials that they can use for as an alternative to plastic. So technical breakthroughs in materials and format research is used to redesign the product. So these are the ways that are being thought of as finding out the alternatives to the existing products. So after introducing the product, what we do is that we evaluate whether this product has been a success or not. If it is successful, what even then we'll find out the ways that can be introduced um, to maintain its popularity in the market. But if it fails, then we'll try to find out why it failed. What are the things that we can do to improve its performance? And the last step is the product use and support. This is an important stage of product development. Consider support for the customer who uses the product. So at this particular step, we just try to find out what are the ways by which we can offer support to our consumers in using the product we had offered to them. So this support system might include educating the users on the what are the various features. So generally, whenever we buy a particular product, we get a booklet with that particular product. So most of the durable goods, we get a booklet wherein the troubleshooting options are being given. So the various features are being described. The steps are being written, how we can make use of a particular feature of that particular product. So this is one way of educating users. So whenever we buy a microwave oven, after few days we get a call from the company that they have arranged a cooking class for us for the user, and therein they can learn how they can make use of the microwave in the best possible manner. So these are some of the uh, ways by which the companies try to educate their users. Provide warranty and repair services. These are of utmost importance that whenever we buy some costly equipment, we feel that the repair facility should be available and some warranty must be offered. Then distribute replacement parts. So repairs are possible only if the company is manufacturing the replacement parts also, and upgrade the product. So we may offer the consumers to upgrade the existing product they have. So sometimes we get these offers wherein we can exchange our existing product for the newer product of the company. The price of the new product will be reduced by the value of our existing product. So these are some of the ways by which company can think of offering a support system to the users of their product. So we are done with this new product development process. These are the techniques of new product development. We can go for standardization, simplification, specialization, diversification, or automation. These are the various tools that can be used for new product development, and we will start discussing these one by one, starting with standardization. Standardization is in many aspects is closely related to simplification, but it is different in important sense. In production, it refers to the interchangeability of standard components and between different end products. So standardization का meaning है making use of the standard components that can be used in various products. So this is the way of producing new product development. So that means we can launch the different variants of a similar product. So again, let's take an example of a phone model. When it's launched, they introduce 2-3 variants of the same phone with some different features included into that. Like let's say the iPhone, they introduced 12 Pro, CS, etc. So they are just the variants of each other with minor changes into them. Either the size of the screen is different or the memory is different. So there are some components are different from each other, but others are exactly similar. So that's what I am trying to tell you, that in standardization, we make use of standard components that can be used in different products to create the interchangeability. So standardization means fixation of some appropriate size, shape, quality, manufacturing process, weight, and other characteristics as tended to manufacture a product of desired variety and utility. For example, manufacture of television sets of standard size of the screen using standard components and technology. Or the other example is shaving blades are made of standard size and shape to suit every kind of razor. So because the company who are manufacturing razors, they sometimes do not produce the blades. So the blade manufacturing company, they make a standard size that can be used in each and every shaving razor. And or let's say the companies who are making batteries, they are making standard size. They have set their battery size in such a way that different companies who will be using their battery, they can use in their product. So this is called standardization. Have I made it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this concept of standardization is applicable to all factors of production, namely men, material, machine, and finished goods. So means standardization can be made in terms of men. It can be the standardization of material, raw material, standardization of machines, or standardization of finished products. So we could think of the standardization in terms of any of these. A standard basically is an criteria of measurement, a criteria of quality, a criteria of performance, or a practice established by custom, consent, or authority. And it is used as a basis for comparison over a period of time. So, कोई भी criteria, the one criteria that is being established और जिसको हम comparison के लिए over period of time use कर सकते हैं, that is called standardization. Now, standardization has some pros and cons. So first of all, we'll discuss the positive sides of the standardization. It eliminates wastages and reduce the cost of production. Standardization in designing or purchasing of raw material, semi-finished or finished goods of the manufacturing products tries to eliminate wastages and reduce the cost of production. So by making use of standard components, we try to eliminate the wastages because we have set a standard, and that standard is being used for each and every product that is being manufactured by the company. So this way, the unnecessary wastages could be eliminated, and this will help to reduce the overall cost of production. Because obviously, when
वॉइस क्लियर नहीं आ रहा है.
am I not audible? Yes,
Audible.
other students,
Yes, ma'am.
a voice is not clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um, Wait for a second. Now is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So by having this standardization, we can eliminate the wastages, unnecessary wastages, and this will help us to reduce the overall cost of production. Second advantage is reduce total cost, permits larger and more economical lot sizes. So what happens? Standardized product components that are being used, that will help to reduce the cost of tools, and it will permit to produce larger and more economical lot sizes, because we'll be producing fewer products and we can produce those products in larger quantities. So it is possible to produce the product in large quantities, and this will help to reduce the overall cost involved in production. Student, just hold on.